What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at base Van der Sar, and he is the first icon I have completed on an SBC. As you'll kind of see in the background, I won't blur the bit to start with. I normally blur the kind of back just to kind of add that little bit of an effect, but we managed to get Van der Sar finished up. I thought, you know what? Why not? I've not done an icon SBC in literally a year and a bit, and it is the first one. I've already got quite a few on trades, which we will be grinding towards the Figo and then maybe Zanetti, depending on if they bring out maybe a base icon SBC repeatable in the coming few days. But we've got 29 days for them left. Obviously, the 30 days in total, 29 left. So you've got a bit to do. And to be honest, some of them are not the greatest. Like, I think base Van der Sar, I would have definitely preferred his mid, but I'm quite okay with him being 335k. Figo, again, there is better right wings, but it's not a terrible SBC. And then Zanetti, I've never been a fan of his right back card. I do like his CDM. I think that's an absolute cracking card. And the one reason why I'm thinking of kind of completing these, even though you can go and purchase an icon for a lot cheaper, you can kind of not necessarily grind the game in the terms of how we did it before, but we can go ahead and untrade get an icon. So it isn't really that expensive to do. We have also got, obviously, Son, Bamba, Lewandowski, Alexandro still got a, not Alexandro, Felipe Anderson has still got a day left. So we have a lot of SBCs kind of just chilling on the SBC homepage. So definitely just check who you want to do. Most of them have got like 20 plus days left. So there is a lot of time to do a lot of them. Son is now coming in cheaper than Figo. Figo's about 900 to a mil, depending on the contract, depending on the console. But Van der Sar is obviously the first cheapest icon we've got, and icon swaps hopefully should follow very, very soon. But let's get into the in-game with Van der Sar and see what I thought about him. So if we do look at Van der Sar, there isn't too much on the in-games. Obviously, he is a goalkeeper, so we keep it nice, short and sweet with him. Personally, 49 speed, not a big fan. I always like the speed. He is 6'6", so he is a ginormous keeper. In terms of kind of everything else, high and average body type, he is a relatively tall and slender kind of guy, and he's a very good shot stopper. In terms of traits, we're looking at comes for crosses, rushes out of goal, and goalkeeper long throw. So obviously the first two, very nice, can't complain one bit there. And also the long throw is crazy good for counter attacks. It is a huge throw. Other stats in terms of an icon goalkeeper, they're pretty bog standard. They're up there. I do prefer his mid, which is 472 coins. That is obviously a tradable one, and we won't be getting that in icon swaps because I believe EA tweeted out like a while back now, if a card has a base, we will not get the kind of other version in swaps. So if we get a Ronaldinho in the swaps, we will never get him in the SBC on that kind of round. And I think maybe no, it can't be not in general, but it might be for just that set. So basically base and mid, you'll only have one per one, and then if we go mid prime, then we'll have one there, and then prime moment, it could be again one there. So it is kind of there as a protection for you to start with, knowing that if you do the base Van der Sar, he's not going to be a mid in icon swaps, or hopefully anyway. I believe that's what EA tweeted out. In terms of the SBC, we will have a look at a few examples of what you need, and really it's pretty bog standard, to be honest. 86 to 84s. They have kind of not necessarily changed the format of last year's, but they've made the chem really low on the bronze and silver rares, which basically means that they don't go up as much as they did in the first set in FIFA 19, which is okay, to be honest. I'm not really too fussed. I have a lot of the rares, so I will be completing all of the SBCs just to get the silver packs. It's pretty much easily done. And then if any bronzes do go up, because if we do now get an SBC that requires rares, just like the silver one literally a day or two before, you'll find that they'll go up even more because they've now got two sources that they constantly need to go into. We have 3 SBCs so far. I definitely can see either another set or another 3 come out, and then we will find obviously the base icon repeatable, which is kind of floating around in ideas. It potentially could happen. Hopefully it does, because I would like to kind of grind towards something like that and try and get a little bit better than Figo and Zanetti left. But Van der Sar, Manu keeper, I thought, you know what, we'll go for it. It pretty much saves my keeper spot for a while, even though it's absolutely incredible, but it's always nice to have an icon. I do like to have a kind of team full of icons. We can do like a little foot champ squad builder. It's all fun and games, it's brilliant. But also, if you are looking to do the loans, keep them, like keep the loans because of friendlies. That is going to be one heck of a game mode if they keep producing loans. We're just going to see icon teams, which is a shame, but it's a bit different really. If you're doing the icon loans, you get to keep them. It's pretty much like the Mbappe Cantona scenario. Normally you find someone with that combo because of us getting the loans straight off the bat. But let's look at some gameplay, see what Van der Sar did, an overall opinion on him. So with Van der Sar, a little bit of a shaky start. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit worried putting all these players into the SBC and him not to be good. I've not really used base Van der Sar in a while, and I've been hearing okay things about him. Obviously, a lot of people really like his mid card from last year, and there were some saves that I thought they're decent, some really good saves on him. But then there was also some that I'm thinking, should that have gone in? I have put some clips of goals in here, just because I want to show you the balance between them. Some shots you're not going to save. Every keeper can do something. We've seen Pope week in, week out. There's got to be a reason why people are using an 82 over a 90, a 91, an icon. They're the easiest ones to get, and yet people are still using an 82. That for me tells me that keepers not necessarily don't matter, but they're not as important as what we think they are. But I think if you do get it right, I've been seeing Van der Sar's not bad at all. Pope's decent, or at least he plays decent for me. I guarantee he's nothing for me. Obviously Courtois and potentially ter Stegen. So if we do go to the overall, as you can see, for me I'd probably keep with the basic. Gives him that nice well-rounded feeling. Yes, the pace is low, but I think he's okay with that. I think it's still respectable. Even with Courtois, it's not bad at all. And if I do compare him to the likes, I believe Courtois for me is the best keeper, but I'm thinking people are saying ter Stegen's quite good as well. So we'll put both of them in, and you can see the speed is not necessarily amazing. So for me, I don't think the speed is it this year as such. I feel like it's maybe a kind of balance of traits, of certain stats, and obviously some sort of kind of like personal opinion on him. I think you could really like ter Stegen, maybe not like Courtois as much. I've seen people not rate Courtois, and I absolutely love him. I think he saves me a hell of a lot of time. So it is kind of a bit eerie to try and go straight in on a 335k keeper when I already have Courtois, Alisson, Red Sommer, Red Ederson. We have a lot of keepers, so it is interesting to see, but I think personally it's a perfect card for a starter. Plenty of links. We have whacked all the icon links, as you can see. Coman getting the perfect link with him, absolutely phenomenal. And I think that is it in terms of centre backs. I'm pretty sure there's just Coman. There is obviously a lot of Dutch icons, so you could potentially make a Dutch icon team. That would actually be pretty sick. But it's just with him, he seemed to make some mistakes, and I've given him an 8.5. I think I've been giving him pretty high up there. There is some mistakes he's making, but I feel like it's kind of a bit of my problem, but then also the game kind of, you know if a goal's going in or not. You know the shot. Near post was last year. We had finesse shots, all of that being up and down in terms of nerfed and overpowered. So I think for me, judging a keeper straight away is poor. Like after the first game I was thinking, is this the right move? But now we've kind of got a few more games into it, making a lot more saves. Maybe I'm going up against people who are not necessarily as good as the kind of starting people in foot champs. It's always the possibility. And overall, I was pretty happy with him. I think he's a good keeper. Is he the best? Probably not, but I think he will last quite a while. Obviously the mid is a nice one to go and get, but we won't be getting that unless you go and buy it. But it's nice to see. It's the first icon we've got. I was very happy with actually just going and getting him, and being able to do it for literally one player I had to buy for the 4 or 5 squads, which we will have a look at to just wrap up. Obviously different amount of SBCs. With Van der Sar, he only has 6, so we've got the bronze and the silver 11 rare with 50 chem each. We have practically the gold SBC, which is an 82 rated squad with 1 inform, and then we have the big boys. We have an 86 with an inform and a prem. We have again an inform, a Dutch player 85 with 65 chem, and then to finish off it's an 84 rated squad with 70 chem, one team of the week, all foot champs, which is nice that they're bringing that in straight away. Personally, I like my foot champs, so I'm going to be keeping them at this moment in time, unless like someone like a Ronaldinho comes out and I really want to do him. But overall, I think it's a good SBC. Is it amazing value? Probably not. The packs you get back are a little bit weak, in my opinion. Very, very weak. You get a lot of Electrums, a lot of mixed, but not really too much kind of packs that are worthy of getting someone decent. But hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button. We'll be doing Figo, Zanetti, Lewandowski, all coming up tomorrow, or technically today. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you like, subscribe,